Rich Dream Show coming up at you this week, streaming every Friday, 7 p.m. at the Now Legacy Network. Make sure you tune in to their Facebook live stream. We're going to be covering affirmations this week on our RLS topic, going over just what affirmations are, what positive affirmations that we cook up on a daily, and not, how not to affirm bad stuff. As always, my email's gonna be coming in. It's the Rich Dream Show. We're gonna be covering a lot of different things, man. Y'all tune in. Appreciate you.
You are now tuned in to the Rich Dream Show.
Yo, yo.
Hey, I think I got the answer to the emails going off.
What's
Maybe
going on?
I don't know if you can on your laptop, but maybe try turning the sound off for when you
Can't
get
do
incoming emails.
can't
You
do
can't
that.
turn it off.
Nah.
I
See,
believe you can.
the
I think
emails attribute to money. So not go turn the emails off.
no sound,
Not
just
go
the sound.
can't
Huh?
do it.
You
Can't
can't
do
do it. Oh, that's the
it.
job. Okay, I
I
got
can,
you.
yeah,
That's the
yeah,
job.
yeah.
That's the gig.
The people that finance the laptop that we
I
do
got
the
you.
show on. Yeah.
Oh, so you're playing on the company computer, man.
In true Negro fashion. I'm glad you know. Welcome to another installment of the Rich Dream Show. I am your co-host, Smok3og. Here with G.
There you go. There you go. I was waiting on you, man. I thought you froze or something, man. I don't know, man.
Oh man, look, I thought I was late on the intro, bro. I was looking for the 3, 2, 1. Did I miss it a first time?
Nah, I don't think you came.
Okay, I was like, because I was sitting there, I was like, okay,
Nah, I don't think it ever came with
Should I just start?
just that one time.
But yeah, man, we coming at y'all with another Rich Dream Show sponsored by the Now Legacy Network. Of course, follow, like, subscribe. Go check them out on Facebook. They got a lot of dope content over there. You can catch us, of course, the Rich Dream Show Pod. You can catch Q Talk, Sports Anonymous Show. Lots of different content they got going over at the Now Legacy Network. Of course, got a shout out to the sponsors, Rich Dreams Apparel. Make sure you check in for the QR codes that'll be popping up during the show. That'll take you directly to our Etsy shop. Or if you have an Etsy, or if you don't, it's etsy.com/Rich Dreams. So go ahead and download that app. Make Rich Dreams Apparel your favorite on the Etsy shop. That way you'll stay abreast of all the new drops. If you bought some, if you decide to buy some, please make sure you leave us a review. We want to make sure that we're getting better. Want to make sure we're putting out top quality product. Or if there's any issues that we want to handle, we want to take care of that. So make sure you let us know. I mean,
Also, man, for the as far as the Etsy shop goes, if you what I don't think a lot of people a lot of people may not realize is when you leave where you have like maybe an abandoned cart or something like that. You put us down as your favorite. Or if you shop with us one time on Etsy, we actually send you a discount code for your next order. So just make sure you check your emails. You know, we like to give back some.
we're trying to show love,
Give back
We show a little love.
a little appreciation. That's all.
For sure, for sure. So again, make sure you tapping in with Rich Dreams online, or you can inbox us, of course, Rich Dreams _ apparel on Instagram. Or you can shout out to the Rich Dreams Universe on Facebook. However you want to get with us, get with us. Let us know. Let us know what you want to see. Let you know what you like of ours. Just let us know. Talk to us. Tap in with us. Going over today, man, got the R list topic, affirmations. Now, I like to start off me when we had topics with the definition, because I feel like we live in a world where everybody know, man, everybody know what everything is already. But then you'll ask somebody to be like, well, what is it? and they'll you to death.
Mm.
So affirmations is the action or process of affirming something or being affirmed. Uh,
So
Emotional
give me
support or encouragement. That's kind of weird how they use the word in the definition. But
right. So give me an example of what you taking your understanding of what that definition
yeah,
said.
from what they gave me, it's
What do you say?
basically the simplified version, speaking into existence, saying something that you believe and you can confirm the belief in to where you believe it's going to come to fruition.
Hmm.
That's what I get from that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, what I've heard from like people that have achieved immense success, um, some of the podcasts that I listen to, the guys next door, um, brilliant idiots, they've all spoken about affirmations, um, and basically saying it's a big part of setting the belief boundaries to what you feel like that you can do and you can achieve. Um, do you feel like you use that in anything that you do or your processes or goal setting or anything like that?
Nope. I'm a guy of just putting the work in. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't really know too much about about using affirmations.
Okay.
Um, I mean, but it's teaches on, you know.
From what I've gathered, it's actually a practice. So one of my friends that's like kind of into it. She's a therapist and stuff like that. She says it's kind of like a mantra that you can say to yourself,
Okay.
depending on when you want to do it. A lot of people like to do it first thing in the morning. Basically, those things that you're trying to achieve,
Mm.
you saying them to yourself to get more belief boundaries about it. Um,
Okay.
there's actually another study that I've seen where people do it on fruit. So like this dude, yeah,
Okay.
he was actually like putting in negative thoughts, negative vibes to like a bag of fruit, and then in one bag of fruit, he was. I'm not playing with you, bro. You can look it up.
Okay. Okay. No,
He
I
was,
believe you. I
he
believe
was
you.
speaking, speaking life, speaking positivity,
Uh-huh.
and then like after a couple weeks, to go back. I'm serious, bro. On the set.
Oh, boy.
He went back, and the one that he was putting all the negative energy into, it was rotten and it looked bad. And the one he was speaking life into, man, it flourished.
It flourished. Okay.
So it's basically speaking about power in the tongue. Pause. That's crazy.
No
Uh,
doubt. No doubt.
Saying that our words do carry weight when we do speak about certain things or we talk to ourselves in a certain manner. It does hold weight into what we doing, what we putting out into the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Um, do you believe that? Do you believe our words carry weight? What we speak
Uh, yeah, I guess so. But to me, I still look at it like you can
more
say
of the action.
it don't
You
matter
feel
what
like,
you say.
yeah,
You can say whatever. You can say anything, but without the work being done, that's just what I choose to focus on the work side.
yeah.
You can say anything. That don't mean it's gonna happen. You
You
know,
gotta walk it
in
like
my
you talk.
opinion. Uh,
You gotta walk it like you talking.
definitely, definitely. Got to put
Okay,
the action behind it. Yep.
I can feel that. Um, I think I'm gonna try to put it in place.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it in place. You gotta speak it as you gonna do it. So I'm gonna put it in place. See if I see any effect from it, and
Okay.
we'll come back. We'll touch base on it and see how
Okay.
from there. Um,
Now, I ain't gonna lie. Now, it was one time. I don't know, cause see, I look at affirmations as like, I guess my understanding of it is kind of like when you say stuff like, I am worthy, stuff like that along those
sure,
lines.
sure.
Um,
I'm successful. You
I
know,
will be success. I'm successful. Whatever. So I don't know. I guess you could say those were affirmations, but when before I moved from Natchez, like I had a few things that I had written down on I don't know if I'm more say they were goals, but I had a few things written down on like a little half cut piece of paper, a few goals at the time, big goals that I wanted to accomplish. Few short and a few long terms. And I read in this book, how was it? Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I was reading, a part in the book where it was just kind of like didn't mention the word affirmations, but he was like, uh, write down a list of your goals, put them up where you can see them every day, whether it be, in the bathroom,
Yeah.
the fridge, just somewhere you're gonna be every day. You're gonna see it every day. So he said that, but my thing was I put it above, like right above the wall right behind my bed, so
Okay.
that way as soon as I wake up, I'll see it, and I I just put my own twist. I'm like, I'm gonna read them every day. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Oh,
gonna make sure that I read them every day because sometimes you might see something but not really pay attention to it.
yeah.
And I think that's kind of what the book was getting at, what he was getting at in the book. But I was like, man, I'm gonna take time to 30 seconds out of my day
Right.
to read it every day. Just to, I guess, just to keep it on my mind to help me stay focused on what I was trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know if you can call that an affirmation, but
I think it's a form.
that's the closest that I, as far as an affirmation or affirmations, that's the closest that I've been to doing that. I guess you could say.
I think that would be a form of it. I mean, even if you're not speaking it, you reading what you believe is going to happen. And I think that's probably a reason why he wants you to put it in a place where you see it every day
Right.
because you're actually engaging with it. It's not just there.
Right.
Um, there's a
It's
lot of
like
things.
a daily reminder, like I guess a daily reminder.
Yeah.
A daily reminder.
I mean, with just being human, we are creatures that a lot of times out of sight, out of mind. Like,
Exactly.
um,
Exactly.
case in point, like we was talking about yesterday, or not yesterday, but last episode with was that last episode? What one of the recent episodes we talking about appreciate your team, um,
I think
and
that was last episode.
okay, well yeah,
Yeah.
no, that was Vice's last episode,
Two episodes ago. Then, yeah.
but just because we don't talk to these persons every day or say it every day doesn't mean we don't care about them.
Right.
Kind of the same thing with the affirmations or with the goals. Just because you don't look at it every day, it might not be in the forefront of your mind, but it's something you still want to accomplish. So if you do see it every day, it's only going to make it that much more
On the
apparent.
forefront of your mind
Yeah.
every day. Yep.
And it'll help you take, I feel like, those steps. Whereas if you didn't see it that morning, you might not have did something like, hey, I got 5 minutes. Let me check on something to maybe that could put me one step closer. Just
Hmm.
as I remember I looked at it this morning.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I say, like a daily reminder, man. Just to me to stay focused. So I guess it's kind of the same, but I don't think it's like all the way the same.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I think it's very similar though. It's very similar.
Yeah. Um, I think it's a different approach that you can take in doing it, whether it be, some people probably take the chanting approach,
What you
saying it
talking about?
over
Like
and over.
what is that? Meditating or some shit or
Somewhat, I think.
okay, meditation.
Nam Nyong Gong Ring Ging,
You see, every
that's
time
it.
we get serious, you want to play games. Every
Was
time,
that not a chant? Come
rest
on,
in
man.
peace. You know that woman
Oh,
dead, man. Stop playing with her.
man, God bless. I was referring to the actress, playing.
Right, I bet. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But nah, man. Shout out to the legendary T the Turtle, man. God rest her soul.
Anime Bullock, man.
And
Yeah,
shout out to Angela Bassett, man, for playing that role so well in that movie. Um, you know what? I am gonna go over uh, if we were to talk about some affirmations for the business. I would say for sure for us to be, we will be in more stores in the next 5 years, at least 3 to 5. Um, I believe that we'll be in that profitable space to where we'll be able to hire more employees. So that's why we on the subject, man. Those are some things for sure that I want to affirm for Rich Dreams. Um,
yeah,
and with the pod, definitely, more of a viewership to where we are in studio for multiple episodes a month. Um,
mm,
and honestly, making it to where we have a following where we can start a Patreon to where we can start getting, more revenue towards the business. I'm
right,
affirming all of that.
right.
Yeah,
Uh, I don't know. I'm just not a big. I'm not big on a lot of like. Man, you grow up especially in the area that we grew up in, man. You hear a lot of niggas talking. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that.
yeah,
I don't even too much like to say what I'm gonna do, to be honest. I don't even too much like to say it. I just like to put the work in and do it or accomplish it. So it's kind of to me, and probably why I never got into affirmations is because I always looked at it like I said earlier, regardless of what you say, you still got to put the work in. Now, if that help you, focus and stay in tune with what you're trying to, what goals you're trying to accomplish, then by all means, But uh, for me, for the most part, I've always, I mean, it's just about prioritizing it for me. Like whatever it is I'm trying to accomplish, it's just about prioritizing it. And that's what, like I say, that's what I try to focus on the plan um, behind whatever it is I'm trying to accomplish. Like
right.
we can say, just for instance, like what you just said, we can say, well, yeah, we trying to be, in 3 to 5 stores in the next few years. We trying to be in studio with the podcast, way more than way more rather. I guess we hadn't been in the studio yet. At least, well, we tried one time.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah, so we can say that, but it's kind of like
Putting the
what
action steps.
what moves me is the action behind it.
Yeah,
Let's make the plan about getting there. How we gonna get there?
right.
That's what moves me more so than the talking and saying what I want to do. So yeah, but it's to each his own, man. If that worked for whoever, it worked for whoever.
For sure. There's many different ways to go about reaching your goals.
Yep.
And affirmations for a lot of people has just been one of those ways that kind of pushes people along. It's another daily reminder, as you said, on the writing the goals down or on the goal board. A lot of people mix in all of it. They do the affirmations, meditation, goal boards.
Yeah,
Um,
whatever you need to do, man.
hey man,
Whatever you
get
need,
that pep in your step. Sure,
whatever you need to do to kick yourself in the ass to get to where you're trying to go, man.
for sure.
That's
Uh,
it.
I think it's just to wrap up. It's all about honestly finding that motivation that pushes you.
Hmm.
There's so many different outlets. There shouldn't be any way where you like, oh, I just don't have a drive or I just don't have any way to get to the goals that I'm trying to do for my life. First, we've mentioned in a lot of different episodes. First step is knowing what you want to do, where you want to be.
Yeah,
Establish that.
yeah,
Establish, rapport with people who are already in that space,
right,
and then work on the action steps. However you do that, set
yeah,
those goals, set those steps in between to
yeah,
propel you to there, and then put it in the
right.
queue.
And real quick, I remember. before I comment on that, but I remember I used to listen to motivational videos in the morning, like when I was doing the when I was working inside of Sam's Club doing the direct TV shit, selling direct TV,
Okay.
because that was kind of like a commission based job. So it was like I felt like at the time I had to have a mindset when
Right.
I walk up and when I walk in there, because I'm
I'm gonna
actually
get
that's like sales and
yeah.
like
I'm gonna get this many people type thing.
yeah, and definitely at the time, like that was not my strong suit. As far as I'm still not a big sales guy, but it's like that at the time, like I didn't like to approach people.
Sure.
Like I was, I'm the guy. I want to go in Walmart and don't nobody say nothing to me. I don't
Right.
want to say nothing to nobody. Um, Even when I'm at the suite, like honestly, I could go in there and not talk to any of them besides my clients and be okay. I'll be a okay.
Yeah.
Like that's just how much I just be in my own world and don't be want to be bothered at times. But
Right.
yeah, I
And you
used to do
definitely don't
that.
want to on the adverse put that out to people that like, damn, I'm not trying to walk up and bother nobody because that's not how I want to be approached.
Exactly. So that's in my mind all the time. Whenever when I'm on that when I was at that job, that was that's what was on my mind. Like man, I know
Yeah.
most of these folks don't feel like being bothered, and
Right.
but like I said, that was the job. So
Yeah. How'd
I
you
used to
fight
listen.
through that?
It didn't, huh?
How'd you fight through that?
Man, I just did it. Like I say, you can. And I started off watching those motivational videos, just try to get me going, but
Okay.
after a few days, after about a week or so, I stopped. But you just what you had to do, you just had to do it without thinking about it. You had to do it without thinking, because if you think about it, you ain't gonna walk up to the person. You're
Yeah.
not gonna walk up to the person because especially if you done had somebody just pass you by and not say nothing to you when you like, hey sir, or, hey ma'am, and they
Hmm.
just kept going because they know who you are.
Yeah.
Like you just can't think about it. You can't have a conscience about it. But yeah, man, that's one of the things that I used to do. But yeah, man, for sure you want to figure out, like, back to what you were saying, you want to figure out what you want to do,
Yeah.
and then get going, man.
Put
Like
feet
I
to
say, at the
the
end of the day, you can use all these tools. It's a lot of different tools that you can use. You can use affirmations. You can use testimonials from people that you know. Maybe being where you are and they're successful now at whatever it is. Um, but you have to put action behind it at the end
yeah,
of the day. That's just my message.
for sure. You got to implement, um, and a lot of people take affirmations as something spiritual, and you know they say in the Bible, faith without works is dead. So
Yep.
um, another tool, but the thing is with the tools, there's always got to be a person behind using the tool. So um, put that in your daily bread if that's something that you hadn't been working on. If you feel like you've been needing a boost and you hadn't tried that, try the affirmation, but then make sure you take the action behind it, man.
No doubt.
Um, let's take it into the sports or whatever was next. I ain't checking agendas no more. I'm gonna start reading the bottom.
Mhm.
I'm getting busy looking into the Twilight Zone. Oh, happening in sports this week, man. We talked about NFL Week 6.
Boy, this one did what
Wanna
the White House, boy, this one been a doozy, boy. I ain't lying, man.
do we want to start with our
Man,
beloved Saints?
huh?
Do we want to start with our beloved Saints, or we want to
We
end?
might as well go on and get them out the way. Might as well
Saints
get them
had
out the
an
way.
uninspired loss to the Texans. Texans, who were 2-3, now 3-3, as a we now 3-3, along with I believe the Falcons.
At least we still one game behind in for first place. So
Yeah, man. The Bucks sit at 3-2.
yeah,
Um, you know, it's always a toss up. Well, the last few years definitely for sure been a toss up with NFC South. So that's the beautiful thing about it. We're definitely not out of contention with the way our record sits right now, but you
Yeah,
really want to see us just play a little bit more inspired football than what we played. Um,
yeah. I think, man, to be honest, let me give the Texans some credit because
Rex,
that
good,
defense
great
is
defense.
serious. That defense is serious. It
D'Amico
no,
Ryan's
let me,
coordinator over there. So,
right. And let me. The defense is good, and
mhm.
They was great in the red. They were great in the red zone today. But for us, bro, it's just kind of like it was like I was telling John earlier on Facebook. I say, man, it's almost like when we get the ball on offense, Pete Carmichael just say, "Hey, bro, y'all just go out there and get open." Like it's no, like it's no, it's just basic plays,
Yeah,
like, and you can
like
tell, bro, you can tell we have so much potential to be such a great offense. You can tell anytime they do any type of like little trick play, toss play, we get good yardage. We get good yardage. We got receivers everywhere. We got a good running back, and it's like we just don't. I don't know the offense. It seems like the offense they just call these basic plays. It's super predictable.
man,
We gonna run the ball on first down every time. Um, you know, and I think that's what got us. We got in the red zone and
yeah,
we couldn't score. Then on top of that, the field goal, the kicker missing two field goals. So
painful,
yeah,
painful.
man.
Um,
So yeah, it's and it ain't like that with 60 yarders. I think the
yeah,
longest was like 52. And it's in a dome.
yeah, yeah.
That it was closed at the top. It wasn't no wind,
Ooh,
only the AC.
yeah.
Yeah. So I
Next couple games, he need to be on point, 100%ers.
Man, we should have never let go Lutz, man. That's what I say. We should have never let go Lutz, man. I don't know what
Not
made
sure what
him
the deal was there, if I'm being honest.
beat me.
Um, yeah, can't let people just play man coverage and be able to rush your quarterback, and that shouldn't be able to work. Not when you have the type of receivers that we have. So
Right.
we got to figure it out, as we already knew. Let's see, any other notable games, man.
Man, San Fran
San Fran took that first L today against the Browns. Uh,
made me take a L.
oh no, man.
Man, I had to ride with them, man. They've been covering
Yeah,
every week.
yeah.
They done covered every week. I had to ride
Hey,
with them,
I say I can't even blame you on that one.
man.
I mean, Browns do have the number one defense, that I learned. So
Yeah. Do
that,
they?
that defense win championships. Basically, what it just showed that what we already know. Any given Sunday, um,
Yeah, it's been a lot of any given Sunday this week.
yeah, you don't
This
come
was the Sunday, seemed
right.
like.
If you don't come with it on your mind, man, you susceptible. Of course, another undefeated that is no longer the Eagles. They took that L to the Jets. Shout
Yeah.
out to the Jets, man, for playing hard, bro. I'm talking about super injuries, of course, Andrew and Aaron Rodgers, but Sauce
Lost,
Walker wouldn't on
lost me some more money.
it.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, you hate to hear it, man, but
Man, hey,
it's a
that's the
part of the
balance of
game.
life, though, bro. That's the
That's it.
balance of life.
That's
Because
it.
I had such a great week last week. I was due. I was
Yeah,
due for a fucked up week, man. I ain't lying. I was due for a fucked up week, man.
and that's all right, man.
And
That's why.
even right now with this Bills game, man, they pissing me off right now.
Uh-oh. So that's the night game. The Bills and the Giants. Oh, they down 6. Oh,
Yeah,
they gonna let the sad Giants field goal them to death.
field goal them.
That's
I
sad.
don't know what's going on. I don't know, man. It's this. Look, this with them superstitious, man. They cheating, man. They shaving points out there, man.
Some.
Man,
Oh, your boy Joe Burrow trying
they
to get
won
himself
right. They
right,
won
man.
right.
Yeah, going against the Seahawks.
Yeah, man. I told boys they was gonna be out. He just had to get a little healthier. He just got to get a little
Yeah.
healthier.
Shoot, I saw one. I think he only threw one touchdown, But he had one play, bro. He sat in the pocket for about 10, 11 seconds, man. So hopefully they didn't figure out how to protect him because that's gonna
O
be
line, yeah.
for real, for real. Um, the Chiefs beat the Broncos this week, but it wasn't in the fashion you'd expect. It was kind of an ugly game. They ended 19-8.
They done had a couple of those this year.
Yeah,
Their defense is playing lights out though.
yeah, defense playing
Yeah,
great,
their
but
defense playing
it
pretty
just,
good.
I don't know. You feel like,
They don't have any other receiver, bro, that can like that he can depend on besides Kelsey.
yeah,
They got the running back, Pacheco. He pretty good,
yeah,
but
I
I
like
think
that.
they should try if they can try and trade for a receiver that they can kind of depend on. Like,
Get some
people
explosion.
talk noise about Juju, but shoot, Juju he did pretty well
Yeah,
with Casey.
sure-handed guy at least.
Yeah, he did pretty well. I ain't gonna say he was Tyreek. Of
You
course
can
not.
depend. You can depend on him to have sure hands. You can depend on him to do a good dance. I don't see a problem with that.
Yeah,
Um,
he ain't gonna give you nothing too crazy, but he gonna be solid. He gonna be
yeah,
solid.
yeah. Um, man, moving on to the NCAA. Um, you know, of course, we got it. We got to talk about Colorado, man.
Yeah,
Anytime they do anything, when you got Big Prime, it's news. But especially when you give up the biggest comeback in Stanford's
43 points
it,
and a half.
on your home turf, it's
One
tough.
and 14.
It's tough.
Yeah,
Um, more,
man.
more, more, more on Coach Prime, more on the team. Can't
Uh,
look now. Stanford they had a good showing, but you can't say Stanford won this game. Colorado lost it.
no, come on, man. Anytime you up 29-0 at the half, you drop the ball on that game.
Yeah.
You drop the
And
ball on
you
that
let one
game. Even
receiver.
if if Stanford just had a bad half, like you
Mhm.
up 29-0.
Yeah,
You had I know when I stopped watching it, which I thought that was just gonna pull it off. It was like they had like an 11-point lead with maybe like 8 minutes to go.
yeah,
Which I mean that's a lot of time for college for sure. But
yeah.
I think it's more on who you might have to say the coaches, man. So you got to put it on Prime. I believe I think so because I can remember when I was watching in that second half,
Mhm.
it was a lot of like penalties where it was like illegal defensive substitution stuff like that. What
Yeah,
is that? So that's on the coaches, right?
yeah. That's a mental deal right there.
But is that's coaching, right?
I
Or is
mean,
that player?
it can be not calling the right personnel in certain situations, but it
Okay.
can also be not knowing which package you're supposed to be in on. So thinking you're supposed to be on the field when you're not. It could be both of those, either
Mm,
one. So either
okay.
way, it's mental
Well,
lapses and judgments that you
right,
just
right, right. So you could say so. It's fair to say that equal blame. It's fair to say equal blame then, but I think with those players, still, bro, you gotta pull that. You gotta come on, man. You gotta bring that one home, man.
yeah,
You up 29. You up 29-0.
yeah.
And you gotta bring that one home. And I think a lot of it is, bro. Like maybe with all of the attention they're getting,
Mhm.
everybody, telling them how good they are versus last year.
Right.
Um, all the stars coming on the sideline with them. Maybe they need to dial back on that a little bit and get focused on the game more. So,
Yeah.
you know, um, maybe.
I mean, in the world of sports, cutting distractions and zeroing in on the end goal is more than likely always going to bode well for you.
Yeah.
Uh, Never have you seen somebody be like, man,
Hmm.
being laser focused and doing additional work in the film room or in the locker room or whatever.
And cutting back on the things that ain't gonna really help me on the field.
Right. That really messed him up this week.
Yeah.
Nah. never gonna hear it. So definitely some things to work on. Hopefully they can bounce back. Um, Still, for a team that they didn't win any last year,
One game.
one game, obviously an improvement on last season. They still have good chance to make a bowl. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so all is not lost. They just got to clean it up.
Nah, they gotta clean it up and basically, like I say, man, just get focused in on the game. Like what he said in the press conference, he was like, they got to make a decision whether they love this game
Yeah.
and they want to do what they need to do to be better and
Hmm.
maximize their talents, or do they just like it?
Right.
You know, so
Straight up.
gotta show it that love, man.
Um, Oregon drops one. They dropped their first one to Washington.
Yep,
Um,
that was a good game too.
yeah, it
I
looks like
seen
it.
it.
Very close, 30-36.
Yep,
Um, I hear Oregon's got one of the top defenses.
they're pretty good. They are
Okay.
pretty good.
So we'll see, man. It's definitely going to be an interesting college season all the way around as well. Alabama, they win a tight one against Arkansas.
Out of type.
A very, very tight one, man. 24-21. Uh,
Yeah,
they still, got that.
quarterback issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then a couple of the two lost teams, they improved. LSU beats Auburn. Um, Oklahoma State beats Kansas, which Kansas is actually ranked 23. Uh, Duke,
Wow.
Duke got them a dub against NC State. They ranked this year. We've been talking
Yeah.
about the basketball schools.
I
Duke is
think Kentucky ranked two, or is that North Carolina?
North Carolina is ranked 12th, and they got
Yeah,
another dub this week versus Miami.
basketball schools coming up in the game, man.
Man. And then it was one notable one I wanted to take a look at. Oh, who the hell is Oregon State? Um, they 6-1, beat UCLA this week, so might
Okay.
have to look out for them.
Might have to look out though.
I'm just saying. um, and then the WNBA finals is going on right now.
Is it?
Yeah, man. New York Liberty versus Las Vegas Aces.
Okay.
So, how much do you know about the WNBA? Not much.
None whatsoever,
How
yeah.
many games you guess they do in the finals, man? Take a guess. Take
To
a
my
guess.
like as far as series,
Yeah, man.
what they do, a 3 game series or a 5 game series?
5.
5 game series.
They was on route. The Aces was on route to go ahead and finish it out, sweep them tonight, and they couldn't get it done. They really been blowing them out, winning by like 20 points and everything, but
Okay.
couldn't pull it out tonight, man.
Couldn't get up out of there.
I don't know if you remember, because it ain't really big on most guys' radar to be watching girls sports.
Right.
But you know, Brianna Stewart, she played for the New York Liberty. She was one of them notable UConn chicks. Um, for one of they good teams. So just a notable face, just to show some love to the WNBA. They say they don't get no love, so I want to show them some love.
Cause that shit boring, man. That shit boring, man. They need to lower the rim, man, so they can dunk. I'm telling you. Like Shaq
When
said.
when chicks like well, do you think Flage and like Asia not Asia, what's the other chick for LSU?
Talking about what's her name?
Dang, I can't remember her name.
I
Producer,
forgot her.
you got us.
What's her name?
Angel.
Angel
You think
Reese.
you think they gonna choose to go to WNBA route? Or you think they might do something else since it seems like it ain't as lucrative as even like they NIL deals?
I believe they eventually go
Yeah,
once they finish with eligible. I think they're gonna use all their years up in college.
that makes
I
sense.
believe I believe they'll use all their years up in college,
Right.
um,
Get as much
and then
brand
they'll
as
go.
you can.
They'll
I
go.
I think with that, like the new wave might create a little bit more excitement for the WNBA.
Um,
Cause like Angel, she'll hump that thing, won't she? Won't Angel get
I
up?
ain't never seen her dunk. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't never seen her
I thought
dunk.
she might get up.
God
Uh,
damn, what done happened now? Yeah. So she, but there's definitely been better players to come out of college than them. I think they just, I think with it's kind of like one of those things of like who they are, like their personalities
right.
more so that
At the
brings a
right
lot of
time.
attention to them. Yeah, I think that brings a lot of attention to especially Angel, but no, she can hoop, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but I just think that, you know, that's kind of what bring a lot of attention to him. Now, will that translate into more money for, the WNBA or anything like that?
Mhm.
I I don't know. I can't say. But
I mean, if they bring attention, they bring more eyes. Eyes equal, views and fans in the stands. So it
yeah, yeah, you're right. But like I say, and I think you can agree with me on this too. There's definitely been more talented players to come out of college than Angel and Flajay, right?
sure.
Flajay, right? So yeah, you might have a couple people tuning in, a few
Mhm.
games to see how they do. But if the talent's not there,
Right.
especially with WNBA, I mean, I hope once they get, for their sake, once they get through with college, that the WNBA is in a better financial space.
Sure.
Shoot, from what I'm hearing, every year they're in the red, and the NBA have to, the same people, the league that they kind of like
Kind
poo
of
on about
bashing.
how much,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 about how much they make versus the women. They're taking care of that
Slide
deficit
them a
every
little.
year. They taking care of that every year for them. Without them, y'all wouldn't even be in business. From my understanding,
Ooh.
I'm just saying.
Ooh. Hot
Uh,
take.
from my understanding, they wouldn't even be in business if it wasn't for the NBA.
Possible.
Uh, but like I said, they just have to, man. They got to put more excitement in the game.
Right.
We as hoop fans, for sure. Right now, it used to be mainly the dunk. But now it's definitely like athleticism
Yeah.
and shooting.
Right.
I'm sure they got shooting.
Yeah.
We want to see some people dunk, man. Come on, man. Put it down to 9 feet.
What
You know?
so I mean the past year we had the highest rated women's NCAA finals that
Sure.
they ever had.
Yeah.
What you think? I mean, what you think kind of sparked it? Because to me, it seemed like they was playing more interesting basketball, even throughout the tournament. Like that's when I started watching.
Me too. More so.
They still weren't dunking, but the games was exciting. It seemed like it was
No
a
doubt.
great competitive energy.
No doubt. I think I know for me, as far as what I seen from in the NCAA tournament this year, I didn't even know about the white chick. What's her name?
Is it Breonna Stewart? What's it?
No, the white chick in college. That's the WNBA player. I'm talking about the
Yeah,
college, the NCAA tournament. Caitlin something.
mm,
I think she played. What she played for Iowa?
yeah.
The shooter, the little chick that can shoot. I didn't even know about her until the tournament started. Caitlin Clark. Yeah, I didn't even know about her until the tournament started. So I knew about Angel, LSU, and all of
Yeah.
that. I knew about them before. I just never really caught a game, but I knew I'd seen on IG and all of that blocking people and staring them down, and I seen a little clip of her getting a block with one shoe off.
Yeah.
Um, Fierce competitor, Angel is for sure. Yeah, she a cute young woman, but don't get her mistaken on the court. Like she's a fierce competitor.
About that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean, I think honestly, bro, I believe, especially if you talking about that championship game, which was the most watched female championship game, right?
Mhm.
Right. I think that had a lot to do with race because it was
Mm.
literally an all black team versus an all white team.
Oh wow.
You didn't know, you didn't recognize it. It like, well,
I
Iowa was
mean,
mostly white.
yeah, yeah. I about to say,
I think that had a little something to do with it. I honestly do because like I was telling you about what my client said, my old school client said the other day.
Oh Lord.
Gotta leave a little hope out for little Johnny, man. You know what I'm saying? And Caitlin is little Johnny, man. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Okay.
She's a star that's just so happened to be white.
Right.
Not to take anything from her, but and LSU is the loudmouth black chicks.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
but
Crazy.
yeah, I thought, but and like I say, that's a narrative. That was more like I think that was more so a narrative thing. Was a good game. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
it was a good game, but um, do I think that translates into revenue for the WNBA? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's not as big of a story behind it. So
Nah, not at all. These are professionals, so yeah.
yeah, we'll see, man. Only time will tell. Um,
You're
as I always say, it's really up to the women. Women outnumber men.
the one.
Yeah, so if
Yeah,
they gon' if it's gonna become a growing sport, they gotta support it. As we know, lots of women support the NBA. We see them
right.
in the jerseys, we see them in the stands, we see them in the after parties in the club.
And
Anyways,
you know what? You already know what they out there for.
yeah, man,
Steph Curry fine. This one and that one
yeah.
fine. Like, bro, so annoying.
Like,
God.
and trust me, it got some baddies in the WNBA too.
Oh yeah, no, they definitely got better, man. Cause who back in
Um,
them '90s, early 2000s, boy, woo,
All right.
they were
All
rough,
right.
man.
We try not to get canceled. We're gonna
Hey,
move right along.
I'm just saying, bro.
And
They was like them was chicks that really hoop with their big brothers, like.
Joanna Mans.
Yeah, yeah. Now, see, you said that. Now,
That,
see,
I,
I ain't
that,
gonna
that
see.
was the
You took
line.
it there.
Oh, that's the line.
I ain't
Just
gonna
let me
say
know
all
where
that,
it's
man. You took it there, but yeah, bro. Like they was, they was some
The
tough
rough.
looking chicks, man.
The rough.
They was rough
Hey,
around the
we
edges,
had
man.
some at Central, you know.
Huh?
We had some hoopers at Central, and we had some that was a little rough.
No, we did. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
we had some daddies too, though. But I digress. Let's get into
Please.
the let's get into the black business shout out that we're going next.
Yeah, yeah, I believe so.
Let's get it in. Another black business shout out coming at you today. The It Factor podcast.
Yep, yep, yep. Man, this is a guy that I follow on IG, man. I think his name is I want to say his name is Rob Jeremy or something like that. Um, it's just a podcast. Like I said, I don't really know homie. I
Yeah.
don't be knowing half of these people to be honest. But I just recognize, I recognize his movement or whatever, man. I think the dude had Chris Paul on one of the episodes, man. Yeah, he had like CP3
Whoa.
on one of his episodes. So and he do his interviews. It seems like it's substance behind his interview. Most of his interviews that I've seen, or at least clips of his interviews that I've seen, it's substance behind it. It ain't just no BS. It ain't, you know. But yeah, man. Shout out to homie, man.
Cool. All right. Another black business shout out. Shout out to the It Factor podcast. Go check them podcasts out. And shoot, what they gonna tell them when they get there?
G sent you.
Straight up.
Yes, sir.
Hey man, that's just how we do it, man. Whether we know you, don't know you, if you black, you got a business, you out there doing your thing, we want to recognize you. Black
Mhm.
business shout out. Um, let's see what we gonna
Did
what's
you
next.
have a Tales from the King? Is that what that was? Or
You put one. I didn't
but did you
necessarily.
have one?
Um,
No, I'm saying like,
Struggle.
did you did last week?
No, I didn't. You
Did
came
you
on.
have one? Did you have one?
I did.
Oh, okay, okay. All
My,
right. So
my
I do got one, but it's
okay.
just it's one of those reminiscent things, man. It ain't really a particular story.
Yeah,
Uh,
when you said it, I thought of a
you
couple.
kind of knew what I was talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. So again, back when we was working at BK, man, we was like I said, I think on one of the previous episodes, we was pretty close knit. At least us on night shift. We ain't really fool with day shift like that. You know, we
Yeah,
felt like they was snitches, and they was, they always had something to complain about.
it was a lot of different age dynamic on the day shift as well too. I
But it
feel.
was mostly an older crowd on
Yeah,
an older group of
that's what I
people.
feel. Yeah,
Yeah, and we were all in our like mid to early 20s on nights it seems.
most of us. Yeah,
Uh, so yeah, man, we used to kick it. And then mind you, a lot of us was in college
yeah.
at the time.
Shoot, matter of fact, a couple of them was young. You know, the high school kids be up there too.
Yeah, exactly.
Not,
So
not at the part we about to talk about though.
no, 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 no. Just on night shift. Because I
Yeah.
think Burger King started hiring at 16. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but, so we would have some youngsters up in there at times. But, yeah, man, we used to always, man, we would have kickbacks, you
Yeah.
know.
For the adults, make
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. We would have kickbacks, have little game nights and stuff like that in Frog Pond, man. Also, we used to kick it we used to kick it a lot. Did you used to come by Julian's apartment
Oh,
in
yeah,
Frog Point?
yeah.
Yeah, we used to kick it. Me, Mingo, me, you, Mingo, Julian. We
Hey,
used to kick it over there a lot,
you
man.
know it ain't the pawn no more, bro. I
I
forgot.
know it
I don't,
changed.
I
Yeah,
don't know what it is now, but it
I
ain't
forgot the name of it too, but it's still the pun.
straight
Yeah,
up.
like my boy Black say, man, the puns with an S, man. Nah, but nah, man, we used to have a good time though, man. Shoot, man, we used to be out there, doing a little drinking, you know what I'm saying, a little smoking,
I
back in my heavy smoking days, I guess you could say. But yeah, man, we used to have a good time though, man.
nah for
I
real.
miss them days, low key, man. We used to have a good time, man.
Now the kickback days in general.
Nah, for real.
You know, when you get into your adult, you ain't even got really time for such things. But it was cool. Um, I
Yeah,
never
yeah,
forget
we
the
in college, so we already like, man, we basically Frog Pond is basically like dorms.
right.
So man, all somebody got to do is bring the party favors, man. That's
Pretty
it.
much.
Bring the party
Period.
favors, and we
Uh,
got a party. We got a kickback.
but what I remember so vividly is when I don't know if are we saying names. You said a couple names. Remember when Taylor came through that time?
I was not
Oh,
there,
you weren't
man.
there.
I wasn't
Oh,
there. I wasn't there. I wasn't there. I remember y'all told me about it though.
yeah, man. She got drunk and turned up.
Did she?
Started dancing, and for those who don't know, he was our resident Caucasian patron.
Right.
Because we didn't have that many on the night shift. She was like literally the only
Only
white.
one.
Um,
Remember we had Joe for a while, the manager Joe. You
whoa,
remember Joe?
I forgot about that.
Joe, man, yeah.
Whoa,
He hated Michael, man. That boy hated Michael. Lord, he hated Michael.
yeah, man, he was cool. He was a little weird, a little quirky, but he was
So
cool.
Joe, what was his last name?
I couldn't tell you that.
Ah man, I forgot his last name. But he graduated uh in the class that I was supposed to 08.
Oh, okay,
So that's why I knew Joe from high school.
nice, nice.
Yeah.
All right. But man, that was you right though. Them some bomb little nights, man.
Nah, we used to have a
Um,
good time, bro.
God bless we made it home.
You
'Cause
ain't lying. Well, home wasn't far
when-
from me.
yeah, yeah, we had to walk a
Home
couple.
was a short walk, man.
Oh
Yeah.
man, shout out to the
But then remember we used to go by Julian's apartment over there, Indian Summer, before
true.
he moved to Frog Pond.
Yeah,
Yep.
man. Whew, my boy got dead dirty at them apartments.
Man, man, man.
Tough, but everything for a reason. Cause shout out to Julian and his happy family nowadays.
Yeah, man. Shout out to my boy, man.
Shoot. Um, but yeah, man, good times. Was that? I think didn't we have that punch? You remember that punch that like that pink punch? I think you what with the glasses. You know, I think she made that punch that time that went kind of crazy, man.
Did she?
You like a little
I
pink,
wasn't. I don't think I was there for them.
oh, a little pink lemonade taco vodka punch, boy.
Oh Lord, you
Went
put
down like
Taka in there. Oh
went down
Lord.
like Kool-Aid, man. Tough.
Oh Lord, you put the Taka in there. Oh God.
Bruh.
Yeah, I
Crazy.
bet y'all was messed up that night for
Oh
sure.
man. Anytime to go down too easy and too smooth, yeah,
Oh yeah, that's
yeah,
bad.
bro.
It's bad.
All right, man. So got our tales from the king. Now we about to move on to the 90s, 2000 ish. For those of you know that haven't ever watched the show before, appreciate you for tuning in. This is what we go over. Just some of the culture, some of the things that we remember from the 90s, 2000s that was dope. Going over some TV shows today. Man, a lot of really a lot of hit sitcoms that you don't really see too many sitcoms anymore.
Nah,
Uh,
you see more of series now.
yeah, yeah. You know, the
Yeah.
quick stream, get it in. She probably watch everything in a weekend and it's a wrap.
5-part episodes or a 10
Yeah.
10 episode season. Yeah.
But just man, right off the bat, some of the early ones from the 90s, I remember, man, hanging with Mr. Cooper,
Okay.
Parenthood,
Okay.
uh, let me see, the Wayans Bros,
Of course.
uh, of course, Martin, you know, the
Martin.
staple.
Yeah.
Um, man, just some that really, really just seemed like you grew up with them, kind of. It was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think my favorites out of there had to be, for sure be Martin. Of course, the Fresh Prince, the original, uh,
Yeah.
was a crazy one. And then I'm gonna say the Jamie Foxx was probably be my top three. Martin, Fresh Prince, and Jamie Foxx. Man,
Okay.
crazy, crazy good shows.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man. So I like, of course, all those you named.
Mhm.
Of course, the Wayne's brothers. Um, what else you had back in the '90s, man? You had a different world, living
Mm.
single.
Yeah.
You know, you had all of that. Um, man, you had don't forget the Nickelodeon stuff.
Hold on,
Kenan
huh?
and Kel, all that.
Cousin
You
Skier.
know, are you afraid of the dark? You know what I'm
Ooh.
saying?
They had the
Come on,
Goosebumps
man.
show back on there too.
Power Rangers.
Oh,
I
bro.
ain't watched Power Rangers to be. But I mean, I understand that it's a classic show.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
man, we used to really like talk about people when I was a kid that watched Power Rangers. I don't know why.
Oh
I don't
man.
know why, but yeah, man, you had all of that. You had your
Hey, don't forget about Nick and Knight, bro. George Lopez, man.
I ain't really check out. I know what you're talking about, but I ain't really checked it out. I ain't really checked it
Oh,
out.
okay.
But of course, then you had your cartoons like
Mhm.
your Rugrats, your Hey Arnold, your Dugs.
Wild
Uh,
Thornberries was in there. I used to rock with them.
Yeah, man, Rocket Power. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, I feel like honestly, we had the best shows and movies came out in our time. To be honest,
Mhm.
in the '90s, for sure, the
Yeah.
'90s.
When you
Um,
saw them orange tapes, you knew it was a classic, bro.
yeah, that was
Look
probably
at
a Barney or
TV.
something. I had a white one that was a Barney VHS. Yeah,
What?
yeah, man.
Okay. Big classics.
Yeah, nah, man. But man, it was to honestly that was the TV show era right there, man. One of the best eras for sure with TV shows, no
Man.
doubt, man.
Um, and then let me see. I'm trying to think. Bringing it to the 2000s. I mean, the Wayne's brothers. It carried over into
He
the early
carried over.
2000s. Um, That's So Raven. I feel like that
That's
was
all right.
one
Yeah,
that came through. Um, let me see, man. Trying to
man. The game. I think that came out like '07,
Mm, yeah,
'06, maybe '06, '07, maybe a little earlier.
yeah. That was one of the
Maybe a
tougher
little earlier.
ones, man, for sure.
Yeah, the
Um,
game. You
One
had
on one, the Parkers.
right,
Um,
right.
You see,
Yep.
Moesha. She was kind of late '90s, well, she was more '90s, huh?
I think Moise was
Yeah,
on 90.
more
Yeah,
'90s.
yeah, yeah. But shit, you had Everybody Hates Chris. That was like my favorite one.
Oh man,
Ah, that was my favorite one. He couldn't win for losing, man.
it was tough on her. Look, when you look at Chris Rock, the way he grew up, it see like
That
you
was
no
that was a true
surprise,
story.
like how his adult life kind of go too, like
Yeah, nah,
like
for, man, nah, for
like
real.
that
Like,
seemed to go right along with like how his life go.
and you know what's crazy? He said that that show was like a loosely depiction of his childhood. So
Right.
like some of those things happened to him that happened in that show. Like he was one of the or the only black kid as I think it's either his elementary or junior high school.
Mm-hmm.
He got picked on by white people at the school or whatever, of course. Um, you know, he was getting his ass whooped, man. Like you say like that
I mean,
like
no,
that.
it growing up back in the gap where a
He was
lot of
getting picked.
the racially charged stuff was really true, especially if he was going to a predominantly white school growing
Yeah.
up in like the '80s, man. It
Yeah,
probably wasn't too much nothing nice for him out there, man.
right. That's why I thought for like Will to handle them like that, man. That was messed up.
Yeah,
Cause I'm pretty sure you done heard that about Chris Rock. They
yeah.
in the same industry. I know you done heard
That he
like
done been bullied and stuff. Yeah,
he done that didn't happen to him
and
when
then
he
you know him, you see, he not no tough guy. You know he don't work out every day like you.
right.
You know, and then I don't know, especially crazy if when you hear the recent news, like you did all that and y'all wasn't even really married type thing because apparently they've been separated for years.
She said, well, yeah, she did say that, but I've heard them on numerous occasions that saying that you know they basically life partners. They don't want to
Right.
get a divorce. Like they
Yeah.
both on the same page with like not wanting to get a divorce. Because I think Will for sure he was, I guess with his last marriage, I think he said in his book, or I seen it on an interview or something like he really like he's against divorce, and
Mm.
like his wife literally had to take that step and file for divorce, and but he didn't want to. So I'm assuming with this one he really wanna he don't want to get a divorce, but you know, hey, that's them, man.
Well, you know
If he
that
can take that, what she dish it out on him, that's him.
that says a lot about the belief in family and the family structure, I guess.
Yeah,
Um, I don't. Hey, it's not for us to say, but
yeah.
that's commendable. To be
How
like
you? Let me ask you something though. How you feel about uh, let's say you with somebody, um, whether you married or not. I mean, well, let's say you married and y'all have a kid. Kids are involved,
damn.
and you know, you guys are having problems,
Mm,
but it's like, of course,
yeah,
there's the kid there, so but the relationship you can see that it's deteriorating to like it's definitely not working. What do
the,
you do in a situation like that?
that's a tough one.
Yeah, what
Um,
do you do?
I think it depends. Everything I feel like is situational. I think it depends on the age of the child.
Okay.
Um, um, it depends on what would a separation or divorce look like. Are we staying in the same place? Are you trying to move off somewhere?
Probably. Oh, you talking about like same city?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
Um, a lot of I feel like a lot of factors go into that, but let's just say base parameters. We gonna divorce. We gonna stay in the same
Just
city.
splitting up.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then um, I would try to see if we could make it work for the child's sake. Till they get a certain age. I think
Okay.
they would need to be at least like double digits to where I
So at
feel
least 10.
yeah, they could have an understanding. Because I feel like when you do it at a young age, you can't really make a kid understand why they mommy and daddy ain't together type thing. Especially if they start off that way, it's
Right.
gonna seem like to them like something is wrong.
Right.
I mean, that could have I feel like adverse effects. Um, Now, if they was like a an infant or something, which that's kind of crazy if you having that big problems with the baby and they can't even talk yet. I feel like yeah, we could probably go ahead and split up because
As an infant?
yeah, because I mean they gonna grow up in that setting, so it's not gonna be anything not normal to them. As far
So, okay. Okay.
because I mean I'm not gonna be the type that wouldn't be involved, so
Of
it would have
course.
to be like
Yeah.
a thing where they felt like, oh, I don't really have a fatherly presence. But if you
Right.
start off in that child's life and then all of a sudden it's gone, I feel like that can have.
So what if it's a son? What if it's your son?
I feel like same deal.
Same deal.
I
Okay.
think
So at
there's a weird
10,
notion to me that fathers need to be more present in daughters than in their son's life, and I don't.
you say what now?
I think there's a weird like connotation that daughters need to be more present in their. I mean, fathers need to be more present in their daughter's life rather than their sons, and I feel like if anything, it might be the adverse. Uh, as someone who grew up without a father, period, and as we've seen throughout our culture, so many guys that grew up without a father or a father type individual, and how they kind of end up.
So so basically, okay, let me ask you one more question. So you said at 10 you would be okay with splitting and y'all just co-parenting or whatever, splitting custody.
Yeah,
So if it's a son, if it's a boy, would you at any age um want full custody of your son?
honestly, and it's just being me. I'm gonna apply for custody no matter what.
Okay.
Whether I get it or not, that's up to the judicial system, whatever. But if I got a child, I want the child. Whether
Regardless of the sex.
regardless. I feel
Okay.
like I'm the father. I love the child. That's gonna be what it is. I'm not like I said. If I have a child, I want to be in that child's life as much as possible. Um, and if it ain't working with me and the mom, that just is what it is. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna try to get custody. Period.
Okay. So I have, I guess, a somewhat different take, man. I'm more of a guy that, uh, so my background is, I grew up single mom. You know what I'm saying? She was married for a few years, but a lot of most, well, I guess you can say most of my influential years,
Yeah.
from about 10 to 14, 15, it was just me and her. So I kind of I kind of lean towards the sentiment of, man, listen, we have this kid, we gonna make it work out. This kid ain't asked to be here. I wanna be, I wanna wake up to my kid every day. I'm sure you do, as the other parent mom, and we just gonna have to make this shit work. You know what I'm saying? For whatever we need to do, we gonna have to make it work. And you know, but if that's not enough, I mean, because I can want that all day.
Yeah.
If the mother don't want that, then of course, it's nothing.
Or
But
shoot, y'all could
if
both want it, but it not. If it's gonna be a deal where y'all arguing every day type of thing, that ain't really healthy either.
Yeah, exactly. So, and my thing is, if it's at that point, then we need to figure something out. We need to go through therapy. We need to do something.
Yeah.
And like I said, if it's at the point where it's like, okay, well, we're not together, we go out separate ways. If I have a daughter, I'm fine with my daughter staying with her mom. But if I have a son, for sure, I would say around 10, 11,
Mm-hmm.
10, 11. We're gonna have to make an agreement that he come live with me at that age.
Right.
And reason why I say that is, uh, I think it's important for all kids early stages of life,
Mm-hmm.
um, to be up under their mom and get nurtured. and learn certain things, especially for boys. Learn how to be compassionate. Learn how to be, um, learn how to. I guess you can say love. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Emotionally aware.
I think about emotionally aware or learn emotional intelligence from that mom. I think you learn that early in life. Um, but it comes a point in a young man's life or a young kid's life where a mom can't do nothing else, man. He has to learn how to be a man from a man. You
Right.
can it's there's no woman that can teach a man how to be a man. They can raise men, but
Hmm.
they cannot teach a man how to be a man. So um, that's kind of the reason why I would want my son full custody at a certain age. But daughter, I can't teach her how to be a woman. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
I would be totally fine with just splitting custody with my daughter's mom or whatever if that's the case. But uh, but now, man, but essentially, man, I think today in today's time, bro, we give up on relationships so easy and quick, and I think it's because of the access that we have to other people via social media,
Sure.
via traveling, and all of these different things.
Yeah.
Um,
That's like,
Especially social media. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? It's so easy to just meet somebody else. You got multiple dating apps. You got Instagram, Facebook, Twitter,
Mm.
Snapchat. All of these social media sites where you can meet people. So I feel like people get in their head where it's like, okay, what the saying, the what one want another will or whatever. Whatever the case may be, but I think we give up on relationships too easy nowadays. As soon as something's not going the way that we want it to go, we gone. You
Yeah.
know, but in a case like that, you really just me coming from my background. I know how I feel to not have uh, a dad in your life, like early on in life. I know
Mhm.
how that should feel. As a young boy, and I never let my son go through that.
For sure.
Yeah, never, man.
It's really,
Or a daughter. I would definitely be there, for my daughter. But
yeah.
I would never. I want to, regardless of the sex. I want to wake up every morning to my kids
Right.
or kid. You know.
I think if, yeah, like you saying, I understand around those um, around those puberty ages, wanting them to be around the same sex that can, kind of help guide them towards the
Yeah.
hormone changes that they're going through, the life decisions that they having to make in certain situations, and things like that.
Yeah.
Uh, and then I definitely agree. It doesn't matter what sex, like you're saying. I think having both parents in the household,
Important, bro.
without that, on either side, without it, I feel like you at a somewhat of a handicap
You're
because
at a disadvantage.
it's like you're saying, it's just certain things that from the different perspectives that you
Right.
just not gonna be able to get from one,
Exactly.
and
And
that's
also, yeah, I can't teach her how to be a woman if I have a daughter or whatever. I can't teach her how to be a woman.
you know,
I have to depend on her mom to do that. And that shit kind of scared me, you know what I'm saying? Because, you depending on somebody else to teach your seed
mhm,
how to be a functioning, respectable, classy lady.
mhm,
Um, but at the same time, it's like she can learn from me of what she would want in a man. You
right,
get what I'm saying? So, um, like you say, it's important to have both there, though. And that's the reason why it's important to have both there, so she can learn. Hey, this is how a man treats their lady,
yeah,
or this is something that never do this to men. Like I can teach her those type of things. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Um,
Even
but yeah,
beyond that, just
it's
seeing the
critical.
cohabitation between their parents, seeing them, have to make decisions together,
Yeah,
or seeing them. when they might have a disagreement, seeing them how they come to a resolution.
Yep.
Um, all that, I think all that matters
Mm-hmm.
when you're talking about upbringing and just situation handling in general.
Yep. Nah, no doubt.
Well, we didn't turn this into a whole different episode, didn't
We did.
we?
Oh, talk about TV shows, man.
Hey man. But unless you got any other ones you want to name on, I think we
Nah, I
can
think we named pretty much everything. The ones that did numbers, you
the
know.
pregnant ones, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Um,
Oh, Family Matters. Don't forget about Family
oh
Matters,
man,
man.
Family
Urkel,
Matters.
man.
Hey, I'm gonna drop one on you too. Full House. Look,
Mhm.
people forget.
Roseanne.
Ooh, went
Mm-hmm.
back, went back. Roseanne was one of them ones.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this was more '80s, but it bled into the '90s too. The Cosby Show. Um,
Oh man, this nigga always going past. He always going before or past the
I gotta
time
give
that we
you the
first.
honorable mentions,
God,
bro.
man, come on, man.
Y'all don't like the honorable mentions.
This dude here,
Oh
man.
man. But again, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to another installment of the Rich Dream Show. Make sure you tuning in to the Now Legacy Network every Friday at 7 p.m. to
Yeah.
watch the live stream. Make sure you listening to the podcast. If you can't tune in to the live stream wherever you find your podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, all of them. Follow, like, subscribe, Rich Dreams underscore apparel on Instagram. Follow the Rich Dreams Universe on Facebook. Just keep tapped in with us. Keep on your Etsy shop. Um, keep chasing your dreams, or they'll become your nightmares. Um, let's see. Live your dreams. Um, what's one? Can't sleep on your dreams. Can't sleep on your dreams either.
Who you talking to over there, man?
Everybody, the dreamers. It's G. It's Smok3og. It's been a Rich Dream Show. Peace.